Hello, if you're just joining, this is part 2. Go find part 1 to follow along if you want, but you can also just hear part 2. I was 20 years old and living with my boyfriend with zero direction. The future felt like a fog, and the military looked like the only path forward. I had been training with my mom. I even was on the direction to become a linguist with the Air Force. I thought maybe this will give me something to do and a bit more direction. This could save me from where I'm at. And then I found out I was pregnant. And everything changed. I decided to keep the pregnancy. And at 6 months along, my partner decided he would be done. Just walked away. Dropped me off on my parents' doorstep like someone else's problem. Thank God my mom took me in. She opened the door, and in doing that, she gave me a lifeline. I was fortunate enough to be able to stay with her while I raised my son. He was about 1.5 years. We finally moved out. I was able to get a place on my own, moved to Fort Worth, funky town, chasing a fresh start. That's when I met someone else. My next mistake, if you will. He also got me pregnant. When I decided to keep that pregnancy, he tried to break up with me. Then, decided out of obligation or guilt, control, I don't know. I decided to marry me. And I agreed. Then he moved me to Abilene, far from my family, my friends, anything familiar. And once again, I find myself alone, completely isolated, no support system, just me, 2 kids, and a house that didn't feel like home. I was able to work. That was the only time I was really able to be out of the house, but no friends. And that marriage was toxic and abusive. Moving along. In December 2019, just 1 week before my kid's birthday, they share a birthday, he filed for divorce. Then it was 2020. We all love COVID. So fun. I never joined the military, but I learned what it meant to fight for survival anyway. People will say that I chose this path, like I had options. I didn't choose abandonment, or poverty, or having 2 kids in a home out of nowhere, living in a fog of fear. I survived that. And survival doesn't always look like strength. Sometimes it looks like getting up anyway. There's a part 3 and a part 4, so follow along.